Riley, how did you know? How were you so convinced that field goal was going in to send it into overtime?
I knew it when I woke up Saturday morning. I could feel it in my bones. No, but seriously though, I was a holder. I was never actually a holder at BYU. I was a backup holder a lot, but as a quarterback, you hold the ball a lot. So you get to know. So you trust that Jake's experienced enough to line up straight, and then once it's that, you are looking for his plant foot, and then just to make sure he's not too angled one way or the other, but you make sure his plant foot's there, his weight's pretty good over the ball, and that his leg swing, the contact and leg swing is almost like a golf swing that is pretty straight up and down. And then if he can do all those things, if he's aligned right, it's going in. So as I was watching all those things, good hold, good plant foot, he had good balance over the ball, and as his foot came through, it looked like clean contact. So I was betting. Now, I was surprised to see it on TV and how close it came to that right upright, but I knew it was solid contact, and he was lined up right, so I was pretty darn confident it was going through the uprights.
Riley, there are so many things about that game that was fun to see, specifically the W, of course. But in terms of the offense that we started to see towards the end of the fourth quarter and then through overtime really found a rhythm. Is the answer to jump-starting the offense as simple as just giving Tyson Williams more carries?
I think so, and it depends on how you define jump start. I think that's more foundational work, right? That's laying down the groundwork and something BYU needs to be committed to. I do think Tyson has the ability, the big play ability, but heading into this week's opponent, I think it's going to be tough. USC has a very stout defensive front and made life hard on Stanford, holding them to 3.3 yards per carry. But you have to be committed to laying that foundational work because it will open up everything there. Some teams like to pass to soften up the defense for the run. BYU has not proven the ability to be effective enough out the gate in the passing game to be able to do that. So they now have to establish the run so that the defense has to commit more plays to the box and open up the defense. So I do think it's definitely important to lay the foundation. As far as jumpstart or expecting big, 20, 30, 40-plus games, that kind of remains to be seen, but I wouldn't have a problem committing more carries to Tyson Williams.
BYU football radio analyst Riley Nelson, he's always money for the record, is with us on BYU Sports Nation. When you look at BYU's defense, giving up 252 yards on the ground in the first two games, that's 128th out of 130 FBS teams, yet USC is a heavy passing team. What kind of offense do you expect to show up from the Trojans?
Yeah, they're going to be who they are. Graham Harrell, he was a quarterback under Mike Leach at Texas Tech and has continued at each of his different stops before USC has continued to implement some version of the air raid offense. And they have an embarrassment of riches at the wideout position between St. Brown, Pittman, Vaughn, and Drake. Between those four guys, you're looking at all guys who will likely be drafted in the NFL, assuming they stay healthy and play out their careers. So you have to play to your strengths. Now, that said, the running back, Malavepai, I haven't got my pronunciation guide yet.
Sure, you have time. Me. You have time.
But
that's Greg. Greg nails him every time.
Yeah, I know he does, and then I just copy what he says. But he's a good player, so he's a good player too. So really, BYU at the five skill positions outside of quarterback, the four wideouts and the one running back, they're gonna. I'll be surprised, to see what they come out and do. You mentioned the running statistics. I think USC is capable of running the ball, but also if they want to continue to kind of play the hot hand and come out throwing it all over the field, they're going to try that too. But I expect BYU to respond. So it's going to be an interesting matchup this Saturday.
We've been talking a lot, Riley, about the way the team is playing at home, especially, against P5 teams or what you would consider big games. We were discussing in the last segment that since 2016, the biggest home win is probably the win over Mississippi State. And now BYU has an opportunity to get one of those big home wins. You've got USC, Washington, Boise. What's the secret? What's the key to winning a big home game, in your opinion?
Great question. The key to winning a big home game is just it's interesting because on the road when you have all of the extra energy and you have all of the you got the fans and the band and all of that, it feeds into your motivation to come in as kind of the underdog. When you're at home, all of that stuff kind of mounts on the expectations that you have for yourself. You going in, you want to protect LaVell Edwards Stadium. You want to win in front of your home crowd. And the more energy and fervor there is around that game, it can kind of magnify those expectations and can cause players to maybe not perform to their peak. Naturally, an athlete prefers to be the underdog rather than the favorite because of the expectations that are laid there. So I think the key is acknowledging and embracing all of that energy and fervor around the game and the support from the home fans and letting that be the win in your sails rather than than converting that mentally into added pressure.
Riley Nelson with us on BYU Sports Nation. Kalani Sitake knows how important it is to protect LaVell's house, and I'm sure he's speaking with his team about that. Riley, if BYU doesn't win one of the next 3 games, then they're going to have a losing record at home. So what would you say to the team, given your backdrop and winning big games at home?
Yeah, great question. I'm kind of, when it comes to what would I say to the team, I would really kind of take off what I did or what I just said about winning at home, and that don't let the pressure get to you. And then the reality is you have to think of this game in a vacuum. We have to go 1-0. We have to attack the opponent, do all the things right to give us a chance to beat USC or to give us a chance to beat Washington or Boise. We can't look at it as like, man, we got to get one of these 3 games. We got to think of it as, all right, we have to execute this game, and then we go out and we execute in the first quarter. And if we execute in the first quarter, then we got to do it in the second, third, fourth, and take that approach to it. So really, my message to the team would try to be to minimize, because everybody's already feeling that. Everybody already is acknowledging that. And everybody wants to go undefeated at home. So I would almost pull the reins back on that and have people take maybe of a more boring Bill Belichick approach where you take it series by series, quarter by quarter, game by game.
Sure. We're on to USC.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
From BYU's defensive perspective, they're going up against a very young quarterback, true freshman quarterback, certainly isn't playing like that. If you're the BYU defense, how do you defend Slovis?
Great question. I'm not a defensive coordinator, right? So let me first of all qualify that. But what I would do is all or nothing, meaning that I would make life hard on him in the passing game, do my best. I would drop 8, have a bunch of guys in coverage, which makes windows look smaller, and try and confuse him there. Because if you do what Stanford did and you play one-on-one coverage and you allow his receivers to create separation and him to get the ball out quick and make timely throws to his guys in space, that's going to be hard. So you want him staring at a bunch of defenders, dropping 8 and doing that, and then I would risk bringing packing the box if they try and switch from the pass to the run and make life running on him, and then mix it up every now and again with an overloaded blitz look and take your chance there, because he does not have the volume of reps behind him to be able to identify those blitzes clearly, and if you can rattle him and get him questioning the early success that he's had, that's your best chance for getting him out of rhythm and putting him in a position to where he can't just be the distributor that he was against Stanford, given the ball to more talented and seasoned players. He starts to feel the pressure on him, and then we'll see how he responds from there.
What is the key matchup for BYU to pull the upset and knock off 24th-ranked USC?
The key, if you look at those 4 receivers I just mentioned, each one of them had catches of more than 30 yards, which is crazy to have not only 4 completions of more than 30 yards in a game, but the fact that it was spread across 4 different players. So the key matchup is going to be the secondary or the defense as a whole, keeping those guys in front of them and forcing a freshman quarterback to put together consistent drives, of 8, 9, 10 plays, and not get lucky by us, letting a guy get behind us and make a big play where they can get chunks on us. Easier said than done, but that is BYU's defensive identity, in my opinion, and they run a very different scheme than what Stanford ran against USC. So I actually like the chances of BYU's defense to be able to do that, keep everyone in front of them, rally, tackle for short gains, force them to put together long drives, and see how USC responds, because neither Fresno nor Stanford forced USC into that corner.
Well, and Riley, BYU's defense making some changes. We saw Zane Anderson playing mostly safety last week at Tennessee, and now officially on the depth chart listed as the free safety. Chaz Ayu takes over that flash linebacker spot. Do you like those moves?
I do. I'm kind of a believer in you got to get your best 11 on the field, no matter how. It's almost what we see in basketball and in the NBA, positionless basketball. At least you obviously can't do that across the entire defense, but at least in the secondary, where BYU has a lot of times 5 DBs out there, get your 5 best talented playmakers on the field at the same time, and good things are going to happen.
Who has been the surprise player for you this year on the BYU side through 2 weeks?
I'm still riding high off the win, and so Micah Simon, quite honestly, has been a surprise. He didn't get as many targets against Utah, but he caught balls for 2 first downs. Of his 7 catches he had this last Saturday, 4 of those 7 were first downs. He's become a tremendous, drive continuer, and really someone. And the reason why he was a surprise for me is because I wasn't sure. Based off last season, he didn't get a lot of targets. I wasn't sure if he was able to kind of develop a relationship of trust with Zach and be fed those balls. So the fact that he's been able to prove that to Zach, the fact that Zach is feeding him, and then just his production has been a pleasant surprise for me.
This time of year, there's, at least here locally, there's overcast skies, the temperature's dropping. This is starting to feel like football weather, right, Riley? And we're going to be outside in it on Saturday in the afternoon. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, no question. The smell is in the air. You got that the leaves. I bet I haven't been up in the mountains in the last couple of days, but I bet if you were up there, you'd start to see the leaves changing a little bit. And yeah, we're right. We're week 3, and we're right in the thick of things. And for BYU, as we know, as we schedule September and October, those are our money months. And so to have this feeling and to have this momentum and to get that win at Tennessee, I can't tell you the number of texts. I think BYU, I don't know if it's officially a sellout, but I imagine that thing to be at capacity. Cougar Canyon pregame is going to be huge with it being a day game. All the families, basically nobody has any excuse not to come out to this game on Saturday. And with that coinciding with the change in the seasons, there is no better time of year.
Riley Nelson, always money and always good for a Bill Belichick quote. Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Riley.
Riley Nelson on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.